like someone being like, oh,
Yeah.
Teen Wolf, we're gonna fight some dudes.
Oh, yes.
I haven't even started and I'm already laughing.
So, welcome to Speeding Bullets Rewatch. I said the right title on the first episode.
Woohoo!
That is our theme song, at least while we're doing Teen Wolf for Rewatch, which is our first show. Spoilers. I'm Richie, by the way.
And I'm Jayme. For those that don't know, this is a Jayme and Richie production. There is no Tippy Tappy Tupper.
That's right.
That will be joining us for this.
So it'll be 30% shorter.
Yes. Well, probably 50% shorter because Tupper's not talking, number one. Number two, he is not a Teen Wolf fan. Mm-hmm. Well, not even that he's not a fan. He's never watched it. So maybe if he watched it, he'll regret not doing this, but I don't think it's a show he'll ever watch. But it doesn't mean that we won't get Tupper on another rewatch.
It's
a show.
He doesn't know what he's missing because there's all kinds of people that he likes that are in this.
I know. Like, but I don't know. Tupper, and I mean, he is going to listen to this or watch this and be like, "You're wrong, Jayme," but he doesn't seem like other than Buffy, he doesn't really seem like the teen supernatural kind of guy.
That's true.
Type show. Like, that's not his genre of choice. I think if it was a more adult, less campy, although he does like camp, but I think it's the teenager part of it that he's not into.
He just needs to give it like a few episodes, and I think he'd get into it. So, especially with all the people that are in it that he likes. So, we could always Clockwork Orange it.
Yeah, but to be honest, I don't know if he actually would.
That's true.
Like, I don't know. I think this is one that he would probably find a reason to dislike it just because
he would hate
he
watch
wants to
it.
tell us to dislike. Yeah, he would hate watch it for us. And then thankfully he's not on this podcast because then he'd be telling us how shitty it is.
That's right.
Yeah. So thank you everyone. We did not invite Tupper to hate watch this with us.
Now we are 100% aware of the camp level in this show. But I think it's maintained a mostly good level of camp throughout the series. Not so much the movie.
I mean, obviously, yeah. We'll get into as we go through where maybe things went a little off the rails for us. But for those that are of our age, they know that there was an original Teen Wolf movie with Michael J. Fox. Yeah. And so knowing what that movie was about and then having this come out, I mean, that movie was 100% camp. It was 100% a comedy. Mm-hmm. It was not meant to be anything but a comedy. Same with Teen Wolf 2. So there are definitely differences, but a lot of the kind of, especially at the beginning, you can see similarities. Yeah. But then as the show progresses and we'll see it totally takes on a different light.
Like, all the main characters are the same. You have Scott McCall, Stiles Stilinski, Lydia, Jackson, Allison, all those people, and then we get an enriched cast with all these extra characters and stuff and it's really cool because, they took this campy 80s movie, which everybody adored, and they turned it into this campy 2000s teen drama that was on MTV, by the way. It was on the MTV network is where it aired.
Well, and I think part of so I know you have a couple of clips that you picked of songs, and I think that is one thing that Teen Wolf had was it had a great soundtrack. Mm-hmm. And I think part of the reason why it had the soundtrack it did was because it was on MTV. Mm-hmm. and so they had access probably to a little bit more in terms of music than
Stuff that
other
they had
shows
use
may.
of. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I
Yeah,
never thought of it in
yeah.
that regard. Yeah. Yeah, so it was first released 5 June 2011, so that is 15, almost 15 years ago. It'll be 15
Almost
years ago.
15.
Come June, we are, what's the month? We're November right now.
We're in November. Yeah, we're in
Yeah,
November.
so I had to think about it. We're in that weird almost December time frame, so you think because of the snow, you think it is December. So
Yep, yeah,
we're in Canada,
yeah.
folks. Yes, so premiered 5 June 2011 on the MTV network. It was created by Jeff Davis, who also did 354 episodes of Criminal Minds. I thought that was pretty cool. And of course, he was the creator behind a Wolfpack, which we won't talk about.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, so the first episode is called Wolfmoon. It's directed by Russell Mulcahy. I may be butchering his last name, but Mulcahy. Written by Jeff Davis and Jeff Loeb and Matthew Weissman. Jeff Loeb, comic book fans will recognize as well. He's been around TV forever, but he's been a prominent DC writer, or was for many years. So he's been involved in a lot of DC TV projects as well. I think the best way to go into it next is my favorite part, and I think the thing that really hooked me into the show is when we first get introduced to Styles, and when you see Styles and Scott first interact in the show. One of my favorite moments. Instantly loved Dylan O'Brien for me when I saw that. He's my favorite character of the show, and love him to this day.
So I guess for people who haven't watched, like the opening scene when it first opens is just you see dog, like you hear dogs barking. It's dark. It's nighttime. They're in the woods, and you see police dogs and police, and then it cuts away to a house, and then that's where we're first introduced to Scott, as he's threading his lacrosse stick, and he hears something.
And that's the other major difference between the 80s camp and this is they chose to go with lacrosse as the sport, which I thought was which was a really great choice, because it really lent it to the story a lot, even in the first episode. So, but here we go. Here's the first clip.
Styles, what the hell are you doing? You weren't answering your phone. Why do you have a bat? I thought you were a predator.
Look, I know it's late, but you gotta hear this. I saw my dad leave 20 minutes ago. Dispatch called. They're bringing in every officer from the Beacon Department and even state police.
For what?
2 joggers found a body in the woods.
A dead body?
No, a body of water. Yes, dumbass, a dead body.
You mean like murdered? Nobody knows yet. Just that it was a girl, probably in her 20s. Well, hold on. If they found the body, then what are they looking for?
That's the best part.
They only found half. We're going.
I love this. He only found half. He's so excited about it. We're going.
You know, yeah, Dylan O'Brien, this was the first I was introduced to him was through Teen Wolf, and he's got great comedic timing. And he's just a really great character, like as we'll know, we'll find out throughout the series, but like Styles is such a great character, and you know the friendship between him and Scott is pivotal to the entire show. But I'm also gonna say, like, and we'll as you watch through this episode especially, I noticed the acting that the performance that Dylan gives uh is a slightly higher level than what Tyler gives.
Yeah, Tyler
Like
Posey, you can tell, and you can tell he gets better through the seasons,
yes,
but
yes. Well, I think it's similar to, when I look back and I watch old episodes of Smallville and you start watching at the beginning and Tom Welling is not the greatest actor, but as he gets into the role, and as he acts longer, like he gets better. And I agree, Tyler Posey does get better. So for those that haven't watched it, you have to kind of get through the first few episodes and you'll start to see Tyler Posey get into his own um, as Scott. And I think because the quality of acting, I think, from everybody else around him is so strong, sometimes, especially in the first couple of episodes, I definitely noticed
it really stood out for
the
me as well.
deficiencies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I was watching it, I'm like, man, I hate thinking this because I remember like I really enjoyed it watching it the first time around, but like I was like, I really hate to think this, but looking back at it now, I'm like, he wasn't great at first, but definitely grew into it, and that's like, especially if you're gonna
Yes.
pick up the show now, you have to take that into account. And I think, and from what I understand too, the cast was incredibly close, and I think that it was very likely that everyone else helped elevate Tyler Posey to where he needed to be.
Oh, I agree completely. But I would say through the course of this rewatch podcast, I think everybody's going to notice that Richie and I have our favorites in the cast. And for me, Dylan O'Brien is probably top. And then we'll get into some of the other characters. But
Yeah,
Dylan O'Brien, for the entire run of Teen Wolf, stood out
yeah.
as, to me, the best part of
Yeah,
Teen Wolf.
and there's a reason why, and I don't mean this to discredit any of the other actors on the show, but he is one of the more successful of the cast post Teen Wolf, and there's a reason, because he is so good.
Yep. Yeah. And it's funny with him because he doesn't do a lot of like blockbuster kind of things, with the exception of maybe Maze Runner. Was it Maze Runner? Was that the movies?
Yeah, it was Maze
Anyways, but
Runner.
he hasn't been in things that are like crazy, but he's been in projects that I think are meaningful to
Yeah,
him. And
there's a
yeah,
new
he's
one
a
coming
little
up
bit
with him
pickier.
that I can't remember the name of right now.
The one where he's the twin,
No, it's the
or
one
that
where,
one's already out.
yeah, it's the one where he's the asshole boss, and then him and his assistant get stranded on the island.
I
And
haven't seen that
oh
one.
yeah, I'll send you the preview for it, and
Okay. Okay.
you are gonna want to see it, and I think you will. It's something totally different for him, but you will see like it totally works for him as well. So I
Okay.
can't remember the title. When I edit this, I will probably likely put the title on the screen so everybody can see it. I do things like that.
Um, so after that clip, we see that they drive off and they go to the woods to figure out where this body is. And so they're searching around for this body and they're having some banter and so on and so forth. And all of a sudden, they run into Styles' dad.
That's right. Who is the
So,
sheriff?
who we find out is the sheriff.
Yeah.
And
Played
so
by
he finds
Lyndon Ashby.
Styles. Yes, and he's great. I love him. So he finds Styles, but he doesn't find Scott. So he takes Styles away
And Scott or
home. He's like,
Styles totally is like, yeah, Scott's not here.
"Yep, no, he's not here. I'm by myself." And you can see the relationship between him and his dad because his dad's like, "You can't listen to my calls. Like, there's a certain thing called privacy. Do you listen to all my calls?" And Styles is like, well, only the interesting ones or something like that. It's quite funny. So then Scott continues on searching for this body, which he does. So at one point you think, oh, something's about to happen. and it is a bunch of deer. It's a herd of deer that basically knock him and his puffer, because
Yeah.
he's asthmatic.
It's important to note as well.
Yes, so knocks his puffer out of his hands, and then he kind of falls down this. Is it there that he falls down the embankment? Anyways, he sees the body.
Mm-hmm.
He finds the body of a woman. It's the top half of her body.
Yeah.
And then he kind of gets startled, falls down the embankment, and then we see a wolf or a werewolf that
That's
drags
sort
him.
of like a distance and shadowy.
Yeah, and then it kind of comes at him, it drags him, he gets away, and then he runs, and he ends up in the middle of the road, and he almost gets hit by a car. And then after he pulls up his sweater,
See
and
the
you
bite.
see the bite mark. And then basically we flash into the next day,
Yeah,
and we're at school.
we're at school, and that's where we get first introduced to Jackson, who you immediately learn is a big douchebag, although he's played
Yes.
by Colton Haynes, who is not a douchebag. He is
Not in real life,
quite
but he plays a good douchebag.
Yeah, he's really good at playing a douchebag. And this was my introduction to him. Of course, you're meant to not like the character of Jackson. There's a lot of development that they do with Jackson throughout the series. I will say he does later on become a favorite in the series once he's a little bit more developed. But that's later on, and that's why I was so happy when he was cast as Roy Harper for Arrow, and then yada yada. He's really cool and a really nice guy. I think you still have my book too.
I do, yeah. So after we see Jackson drive up in his Porsche and be an asshole to Scott, he runs into Styles, and he tells him about the wolf bite, and he says, "I think I got bit by a wolf," to which Styles says, "There are no wolves in California. It couldn't be a wolf bite." But then he tells him that he found the body. And, Styles is kind of excited. And then we meet Lydia. Because Lydia walks by and Styles tries to talk to her, and she pretty much ignores him.
Yeah. And Lydia's played by Holland Roden for the people out there. I love her. She's got some great stuff out there as well.
She does. And actually, when you talk about the cast being close, her and Colton Haynes actually used to be roommates.
Mm-hmm.
So they did actually live together for quite some time, and they're quite close to this day. From there, they kind of enter the school, and then it switches into class. So they're now in class, and this is when we start to see some of his abilities come through, because all of a sudden you hear a phone ringing, and nobody else hears the phone but Scott, and somebody picks up and he can hear the conversation, and it pans outside where you see Allison Argent talking we don't know it's Allison Argent yet, but we see her talking on the bench to what we believe is her parents about how she can't find a pen, and blah, 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 blah. School principal comes out, brings her into the class that just happens to be Scott McCall's class. And she sits right behind him, and he goes and he hands her a pen. And she kind of says, like, "Thank you." But you can see in her eyes, she's like, "How did he know that I needed a pen?" And so that's the first time in the show that we see, okay, he's got some powers right now that he didn't that he didn't have before, because even he's confused by it. And so and then I guess the next, so after that, our Allison and Lydia meet at the
lockers, and they're talking with Jackson about a party.
Yeah, and she tells them that she can't go to the party because it's family night. And again, Scott can overhear this whole conversation because of his super hearing. And so it then goes into the next scene, which is lacrosse practice.
Yeah.
So this is like lacrosse tryouts, I believe, actually, not practice. I think it's tryouts.
And I do have a clip from there. I also have a song from the practice. I'm going to play the song first. It is Cobra Style by Teddy Bears, STHLM. It's big. I'm not sure if Robin did the song first or if they did the song first. I usually just call it the guy version of the Robin song because to me it's her song, but it's cool. It's fun. We're going to play it right now.
My style is the bomb, the dang, diggy, diggy. A rude boy don't play with the bomb, the dang, diggy, diggy. My style is the bomb, the dang, diggy, diggy. A rude boy don't play with the bomb, the dang, diggy, diggy.
Yeah, so it's just fun, and I will play the clip. It's mostly to, and I actually, I don't think I noted the coach's name, which is a misstep for me, but I'm going to play the clip. I do love the coach. He's like the perfect, funny asshole coach, you know? So here we go.
Call!
Yeah.
You're in goal.
I've never played.
I know. Scoring some shots will give the boys a confidence boost. It's a first day back thing. Get them energized, fired up.
What about me?
Try not to take any in the face. Let's go! Come on!
I just love him. It's just like, we need them to feel good, so we're going to put you in net. Don't get hurt.
Yeah. So after that, he goes into net, and we hear the whistle blow, and it totally messes with his ears because he's not expecting it. And somebody throws the lacrosse ball, and it hits him right in the mask, and everybody's laughing, ha ha ha. And then the next person goes, and he's more prepared this time, and they throw it, and he catches it no problem. And then he just starts catching them. Mm-hmm. And everybody's like, oh, like, wow, what's happening? And then Jackson gets up, and he apparently is like the top dog on the lacrosse team. And he comes and he whips one at him. And again, he catches it. And everybody is elated. The coach is shocked. And even Lydia is standing up and cheering for him, to which she gets a look from Jackson, and she gives Jackson a look saying, what?
Yeah.
Not doing anything wrong
and
here.
And he's obviously getting jealous.
Yes, and getting pissed. And so what we see in that practice is the first time we're seeing, so we've seen we've noticed now his super hearing. Now we see he has crazy reflexes that he didn't know he had. And then we go from there into the woods with him and Styles walking.
Yeah.
And he's talking about the fact that he can hear everything, and he felt like everything was in slow motion, and so he could catch everything. And then he starts talking about his crazy sense of smell and the fact that he can smell a certain kind of gum in Styles' pocket. And Styles pulls it out and didn't even realize he had it in his pocket. And so we start to see the different senses and different things that he's now experiencing. And they're in the woods at this point looking for his inhaler, because as he said, these things cost like $80, man. I can't lose my inhaler. And all of a sudden, a mysterious man appears asking what they are doing there, because it is private property, and he then throws Scott's inhaler to him and walks away.
I have a picture that I have included just because, oh my god, I forgot how young Tyler Hoechlin is in Teen Wolf. Look at that baby face.
So at this point, that is when Styles says to Scott that is Derek Hale, who had left 10 years prior to that, his family was burnt to death in a fire. And then it cuts to the next scene. So that's all we kind of find out about Derek at that point, is that his family burnt to death in a fire.
Yeah.
So Scott, then we see him at work. So he goes to work and he works at an animal clinic.
Yep.
And he's closing up and he goes to the bathroom and again pulls up his shirt and goes to remove the bandage he had over the bite. And as he removes the bandage, there is no more bite.
Yeah.
There's no scar, there's no nothing. You would never know he had been bitten. But when he was removing the bandage, there was blood and stuff around it. But
Yeah.
once he removed it, there was nothing.
Like there was marks on the bandage still, but yeah.
But under the bandage, it was nothing.
All good.
And,
Smooth as a baby's bottom.
That's right. And really, it is smooth as a baby's bottom. Like he's got very smooth skin. He then goes into the cat room. And as soon as he he's dragging either food or litter, I'm not sure, but it's just a bag of stuff into the cat room where all the cats are held at this animal clinic. And the minute he walks in, the cats go batshit crazy. Like they are sounding a lot like my cats when they get annoyed by the dogs. And so he's like, what is happening? Like you can tell he's very he's like, I don't understand what is happening right now. And so he leaves and all of a sudden the cats all calm down again. And there's a knock at the door. And so he goes over to the door and lo and behold, there's Allison. It's raining at this point. It seems to rain a lot there because it was raining the first night. It's raining now.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Because when he almost got hit by the car, it was raining.
Yeah.
And then she comes to the door and she tells him that she had an accident. She hit something. And he's like, oh, well, where did you hit it? Where, we can go find it. And she's like, no, I have it in my trunk. And it was a dog. So they go and the dog starts barking at them as soon as they open the trunk. And she's like, yeah, I don't know. And he's like, he's just scared. And he looks at the dog and you see his eyes turn yellow. And all of a sudden, the dog just kind of calms down, lets him do whatever. And so he brings him into the animal hospital and splints the dog's leg and everything's fine. La-di-da-di-da. But again, this is the first time now we've seen his eyes turn.
And
So
eye color
we're
for wolves plays an important part in the lore of Teen Wolf, which you'll learn throughout the series.
Yes. Sorry, guys. I took voice notes throughout all of this so that I could remember what scene by scene happened. Yeah, then we're there, closing up, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, and that's where they kind of have their moments and, oh, this is the teen drama part
and
of
that's...
it.
Yeah. And so then Scott asks her if she actually has family night on Friday. And she says, no, I made that up. And so he asks her, do you want to go to the party on Friday?
Yeah, and she's
she
super
says yes.
surprised, but
again,
she's delighted at the same time.
Yeah, so I think she's like, how did he know that I had said that I had plans? He wasn't there. But also, yes, I want to go to the party with you. And so so after that, they part ways, I don't know. But we see the next scene, we see Scott in bed going to sleep. And Richie has a clip
Yes, I do.
that is going to show what occurs once he goes to sleep.
Someone else to blame.
Good morning.
I love that. I had to include that segment because one, it's hilarious.
Of course.
But two, you see the wolf in the distance, and it's chasing him. I also really loved the transition of him rolling over from like in his bed to when his. That is honestly one of the things I was like, wow, the show is really cool. I love that transition and things like that.
Yep.
I don't know why they just like tickle me like when I see that. Like, it's really cool.
Well, and that was part of the reason why that was the one scene I told you to pick. Was number one, because I lost track of what I was supposed to be doing, and I just was thoroughly enjoying watching the show. But also because that scene was, I think, just it was a good visual as to how his life is not normal anymore. Like it's completely changed. Like he doesn't actually know who he is at this point. There's a lot of uncertainties that are happening with him.
Like he's confused as fuck.
Oh, 100%. And it, to be honest, only gets worse for the next little while. So at school, after that, they end up at school again. And Jackson comes to talk to him.
I have this clip.
Oh, you have the clip. Okay, then I don't have to read the lines because it was funny.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, little man. How about you tell me where you're getting your juice? What? Where are you getting your juice? My mom does all the grocery shopping. No, listen, McCall. You're gonna tell me exactly what it is and who you're buying it from, because there's no way in hell you're out there kicking ass in the field like that without some sort of chemical boost.
Oh, you mean steroids? Are you on steroids?
What the hell is going on with you, McCall?
What's going on with me? You really want to know? Well, so would I, because I can see, hear, and smell things that I shouldn't be able to see, hear, and smell. I do things that should be impossible. I'm sleepwalking 3 miles into the middle of the woods, and I'm pretty much convinced that I'm totally out of my freaking mind.
You think you're funny, don't you, McCall? I know you're hiding something. I'm gonna find out what it is. I don't care how long it takes.
I just love the innocence of Scott. He's like, oh, my mom makes all the juice.
No, my mom does all the grocery shopping.
That's right. Yeah.
But also the fact that he literally told Jackson exactly what was happening, and Jackson's like, whatever, man. Not believing anything. Because let's be honest, who the fuck would believe that? Yeah. So after that scene, we cut back and we're now at lacrosse practice again, where Stiles runs up and tells Scott that the fiber analysis came back from the dead girl's body and there was wolf hair present. So to Stiles' comment at the beginning of there's no wolves in California to now there's wolf hair present.
Plus Stiles was joking about lycanthropy earlier and stuff like that. So.
Yes. And so Scott, though, doesn't really care at this point because he's ready for tryouts. Because at this point, the coach had said whoever makes it will be playing and whoever doesn't will be sitting on the bench. So he wants to make a good impression. He wants to make the team. And he does all these crazy moves where the coach actually mocks him a bit for his moves about being dancing and all the parkour and all this other stuff. But he makes the team and he's on the first line, which pisses Jackson off. Because again, Jackson is like, what the fuck is happening? So everybody's like, yay, Scott's so great. Stiles, on the other hand, is like, something's going on and he is not taking this seriously.
Yeah. Stiles is starting, the wheels are starting to turn for Stiles and he's starting to take his own jokes seriously.
Right. And so we see that in the next scene because we see him Googling printing. He's reading. He's got a book, and it's called The History of Lycanthropy.
Lycanthropy.
Like, that's the one. But like, I don't know how you just I don't know how you just randomly find that. Like, did he go to the library? I don't know where he found that book, but he found it. And so he goes to Scott to tell him, this is what I think is happening, but Scott does not want to listen to him. Like, I am not interested. My life is awesome. I'm going on this date. And he's like, I'm not, stop trying to ruin my life. Like, everything's so great. And Styles is like, I think it's a full moon tonight. You can't be going out because
it's going to race
your heart rate will start, and you're with Allison, and blah, 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 blah. And you might put Allison in danger. And then Scott nearly punches him and basically bails to get ready for his party.
Yeah.
So
I would like to note, and anyone that listens to our other podcast, Beating Bullets Reloaded, which is on Podbean, you should check that out. I may not have been able to correctly pronounce things like apartheid first the right, but I can nail things like lycanthropy. So
okay, well, that's, I guess, good.
Anyways.
You've put your talents to good use.
That's right.
So at the party, Derek happens to be there.
Yeah, I would like to play the song from the party.
Oh, yeah.
And this one's for Tupper, and this will give him a reason to watch it. Yeah, that's Ghosts and Stuff by Dead Mouse for Tupper. So, Tupper, they play cool music that you will like in this show.
Not going to be enough. So, at the party, we see Derek Hale standing there ominously in the corner, and then all of a sudden he's gone.
I'm going to put the Derek Hale picture.
Scott and Allison are dancing. You got Lydia and Jackson making out in a corner. And basically the excitement of being with Allison, I believe, teenage hormones, all of a sudden he starts to turn, for lack of a better word. And it's just as he was about to kiss her, so like he has to like back up, and then he kind of stumbles out and jumps in his car and just takes off. And Allison's just like, what the heck just happened?
And that's where Derek's like, hi, I'm a friend of Tyler's, of Scott's.
I'm a friend of Scott's. That's it. So Derek all of a sudden shows up, offers her a ride under the guise that he's a friend of Scott's, and off they go. Scott, we then see in the shower, basically trying to like cool off as he's freaking out because he's starting to get the nails.
Yeah, you see the
of
claws.
The werewolf.
Yeah,
the claws start to come out, and he's starting to get the fangs. And Styles shows up because Styles is always going to have our Scotty boys back.
100%, no matter what.
Yep. And tells him that he thinks Derek is the one that bit him. So he also tells him that Derek's the one who gave Allison a ride home.
Yeah.
Which then all of a sudden they both kind of leave to hunt down Allison and Derek. So I think he ends up in the woods.
Yeah.
Scott ends up in the woods looking for Derek, and Styles actually runs to Allison's house.
Yeah.
I
have this clip, and so I'll show that. Go here. It's just a little bit of the style stuff, too. And that's kind of where we see his like first real full transformation as well. And I like too, you see like he doesn't turn into like the beast that you see the other werewolf. You see he's more Wolfman-esque, and there's a whole reason for that you learn throughout the series.
Yes. So after, so we see Styles have a pretty funny interaction with Allison's mom. She's like, "Oh, this is gonna sound weird. Like, I'm afraid, Allison, it's gonna sound weird about." And she's like, "Allison, your friend's here." And then he's like, "Oh, you're here." And it was just kind of funny because he totally didn't think she was gonna be there.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, Scott is in the woods and he finds Allison's jacket hanging on a tree. And at that point, Derek shows up and tells Scott that Allison is safe, and then wrestles with him and pins him against a tree. But before they can fight and wrestle more, the werewolf hunters show up.
Yeah.
And they shoot Scott in the arm with an arrow. And we also, at that point, see that... Oh, wait, no, we don't know that yet, eh?
No.
We see the face of the hunters.
Yeah.
So, again, we don't know enough about Derek. We don't know if he's the murderer of the girl.
Yeah, we don't know his intentions. We don't know...
Bit Scott. We don't know if he's a good guy or a villain. Like, we don't know anything about him. But what we do know is that he seems to be trying to protect Scott in some way, as well as the people that are around Scott.
Slash protecting the secret of the fact that there are werewolves.
Yeah. So they have an interesting conversation, and I just want to read what they... Unless you have the clip of it.
That was my last clip. So.
Okay. So, talking about... Because Scott's pissed. He believes Derek bit him.
Yeah.
So Derek says to him, "Is it really so bad, Scott, that you can see better, hear more clearly, move faster than any human could ever hope? You've been given something that most people would kill for. The bite is a gift." Scott says, "I don't want it." And Derek says, "You will. And you're going to need me if you want to learn how to control it. So you and me, Scott, we're brothers now."
Yeah, I think it's important to note the foreshadowing of too is like some people would kill for it.
Yes. Yeah. Keep that in mind, guys, when we get into the next episode.
Just throwing that out there.
So Derek leaves, and Scott walks out of the woods alone, except this time, Styles shows up in the morning and drives him home with a motivational speech.
Yeah.
So
it's funny too. I can't remember exactly it, but it is.
Well,
good.
He says, "Hey, we'll get through this. Come on. If I have to, I'll chain you up myself on full moon nights and feed you live mice. I had a boa once. I could do it."
Yes, that's right.
That's what he says. So then we get to school, and Scott runs into Allison, and Allison, rightfully so, is pissed off because he just fucked off. But somehow he got away with not explaining himself. But he was just like, "Can you just trust me? Can you?" And I think she sees something in him that she feels like she can trust him. And so she does just agree to give him a second chance. And then it must have been the end of school, because all of a sudden a car pulls up and she's like, "Oh, it's my dad." And she goes over to see her dad, and his back is turned. And I'm going to say it's a phenomenal smell, because all of a sudden he turns around and sees that her father is one of the werewolf hunters.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun. And it ends the episode.
Yeah. That being her father, is Chris Sargent, played by J.R. Bourne, who has his character has incredible growth throughout the series as well. So
Yes. Yeah. But that is the first episode of Teen Wolf season 1. And I have to say, I think it did a pretty good job at an introductory level in terms of a pilot episode of giving us the key people that we need to know without giving us too much about them and really making us want to learn more about them.
the other person we haven't mentioned cast wise is
Scott's mom.
Scott's mom, Melissa McCall, played by Melissa Ponzio, who I love. She is a great moral fiber for the whole series.
Yes. No, she's a great and again, like we'll see more in season 1 of just what a badass mom she is.
Yeah.
So but I think, I think for a pilot episode, I would say it's a strong episode.
I think you're right. It
know.
touched on all of the main characters just enough that you get a sense of who they are, and then you splash in there the werewolf stuff, and it kind of got you thinking too, like, does Allison know her dad is a hunter? Is she a hunter? Like, these are all like thoughts that are like racing through Scott's mind, probably. Like
100%. Yeah. And so I think it'll be interesting when we go into episode 2 to see what happens from the fallout of knowing that, because it's apparent that he has a great love, or not love yet, but he has a thing for her.
Yeah,
he has a crush
he has
on
strong
her.
feelings.
Yes. And I think so. I will tell this to the people that are listening or watching. Next episode we will have more clips, because I will be better at picking clips.
Yes.
So Richie and I will both have clips, and I'm going to do a better job also at just writing down scene by scene.
I do like the detail that you brought. I do have my own like play by play, basically, like that I'm following for the episode as well. But I think the way you're doing your research and your notes is perfect, because it's adding the stuff that I'm not. So yeah, so like I think if we hone in on our clips and kind of talk about the clips and why we chose them and kind of what's going through them, and then just give an overview without giving away too much. That's the other thing. We don't want people to spoil things for the show for people that are going to watch this for the first time, if this ever leads to anyone watching it for the first time.
Right.
But
so I will say this: Richie watched Teen Wolf from its inception. When it first started, Richie was a huge fan of Teen Wolf.
Yeah.
I did not start watching this until a couple of years ago. I think right before we started it would have been right before we started Speeding Bullets Reloaded, was I had finished it. And that's because you and I were always joking about Teen Wolf. But that's where so I started this late in the game. And so for those that haven't watched it yet, I do recommend it. I can tell you right now, if you're looking for what streaming platform it's on, it is on MGM Plus, which you can get through Prime. And right now, I believe Prime has a special on it. And I know, actually, I know until December 2nd, they have a special on it. It's $1.50 for the next 2 months, like $1.50 each month. And then after that, it's $5.99.
Tell you how into Teen Wolf I was is that I bought the season pass on iTunes every season right away so I could watch it, because I didn't have MTV on I don't think I had cable. I was just watching whatever I could. And so I'm like, no, I want to watch this, and I want to watch it at least the day after it airs. So every season I bought the fucking season pass, so I own it all. So
yeah. So if you enjoyed our first episode, then give us a like, maybe a subscribe, because we're on YouTube.
You'll understand that there's dings that happen on YouTube.
So
I have
for
a
those
ding.
that haven't figured it out, I don't hear any sound.
Yeah.
So when Richie was playing the songs, I was bopping my head. Or I don't know what
Yeah.
I
they
couldn't hear anything.
if they watch Repackaged, they know this.
Not everybody watches Repackaged.
That's true.
That's going to listen to this because let's be honest, it's action figures.
That's true.
But I can't hear anything. So when Richie was playing those songs and he's bopping along and I was trying to bop along, and then the second song I was like, I can't. I don't even know what this song sounds. So So there we go. I can't hear it.
Yeah.
So bear with us, and that's why Richie. You may have seen Richie laughing, and I was like, I can't remember what lines being said at this exact moment.
It's a learning process because
yeah.
it's a new show as well. So we're gonna do better
100%.
every episode. But
That's right. Come watch us fail in the beginning
Yeah.
so that we can be great in the end.
the other thing we're gonna do with this, unlike Repackaged, is when I release this, I'm going to release both the audio and video at the same time, and we'll have it there. So there you have it, folks.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thanks everybody for joining us. And again, like us, subscribe, listen to us anywhere that you have podcasts, or watch us on YouTube. And this was awesome. Thanks, Richie.
Search Speeding Willis Reloaded, and you will find us. Bye, folks.
Bye.
Just like someone being Teen Wolf, we're gonna fight some dudes.
Yeah, I played the song again at the end for the videos. So just
I was like,
just
what
for the
is-
credits, basically.
Why is it being so quiet so long after?
Yeah. No, I
All
think
right,
that's,
I think that went well.
I think that went really well too. Yeah.